Right, hello! Welcome back to this Kameo playthrough. Where we left it off last time, we'd broken into Thorn's castle, and now we're about to take on Lord Drock. I hope you've been enjoying the series so far. If you have, do not hesitate to drop a subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't hesitate to leave a like. I forgot to mention, and I often do, I do stream over on Twitch, and under twitch.tv/demonacam. Don't hesitate, go check it out. I play a variety of RPG games, and we'll be playing a lot of Halo Infinite starting next month. Now, supposedly, there is a little bit of a glitch you can do in this area. When the Magmites go and collect by Lord Drock's feet, if you let him smash you whilst in Kameo's form, whilst doing a kickflip, apparently you end up underneath the map. We did not pull it off this time, and I said we'd give it one shot. But apparently if you do it frame perfect, you can manage to secure an easy... Oops, that's not what we meant to do. You can secure an easy win. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Whoa. Now, before, I have tried to use the chandeliers to take out Lord Drock before. Unfortunately, even if you do line it up perfectly, there is no real design or benefit to them. They simply do not work at dealing any damage to him, which is unfortunate. They clearly look like they're designed, and they probably were initially, for extra damage or a means of dealing a significant chunk to Lord Drock, but it was clearly scrapped at some point during development. We shall try and line up as many of these on him as possible. Ooh, he shakes some of them off. I've never seen that before. That is really cool. But in one attack we managed to deal half his health. Couple more and we ought to finish the deal. Or to seal the deal, I mean. Wait for him. Hopefully he'll laugh now. Nope. I'm curious as to whether or not you can trigger... Nope. That's purely where they come through. I've always wondered if you hit the red marker there, whether or not that causes them to come through. It seems to be purely a stylistic choice. Come on, big boy. There we go. And here they come. Nope, need a couple more. This ought to do it. And there we go! Lord Drock is defeated. And with that, there's only one thing left to do in this game. To stop Thorn once and for all.
These airships are heading to the Enchanted Kingdom. They mean to destroy it, and they might just have the firepower to succeed. We have to find Thorn and Callus and put a stop to their plans before it's too late.
Let's do just that. I absolutely love this section of the game. The airship is really cool, and I think it's a really nice final segment. It would have been interesting. I do admit it's a shame that there weren't more hints or more foreshadowing towards its creation and development. This is the very first mention of Thorn's entire airship plan. I do wish there was a little bit more of a build-up to it. I think that would have been quite cool to kind of figure things out as we were going along. That this was his plan. Here we go. In this final section, we get to bring the brutality up a little bit. And some of my favourite takedowns in the game. That's one. Two. Three. Whoops, he'll come back. A snare can also throw them, which makes things a little bit easier. Oops, if we can actually aim. We'll have to go back to the old style. One more. What a way to go. Here we go. 1 of 5. I absolutely love the design of this area. I think it is genuinely absolutely fantastic. It's just such a fun environment. It's such a cool environment, and it really shows the ingenuity behind the Trolls' engineering. Albeit that they do seem to have a fundamental flaw with getting their own men caught in the works. Wise guy, eh? I think we'll ignore them and move on. Let's time it right. I've always struggled to get through this. But there we go. Just about. A significant cost to our life. There we go, another one down. We'll try and get through using Tumbleweed instead this time. See if that helps. It might make things a little bit easier. Oops. There we go. Here we go, some more goons to take down. Whew, taken out by his own men. This is looking a little bit low, so we'll switch back to restoration. I do believe it takes all 5 of them to destroy this. Or not. Maybe it cannot be destroyed. We can attempt with Thermite. And as per usual, we'll switch to Chiller. For some reason I have some vague recollection of being able to destroy it. I could be misremembering entirely. Should be some jumps coming from the ceiling in a minute. Here we go. They might be the fodder we need. Nope. Okay. It's not a necessary part of the game anyway. Now, I've never particularly liked facing these guys, so I always skip them. There's no real need to actually face them at all. You can just go and skip past this entire area. So that is exactly what we should do. One. And there's 2. Another engine down. There's 1 left. Just out of our range. Here we go. There we go. Another engine down. And here we go.
My dear sister, you never did know when you weren't welcome.
Little Kameo, you don't really think you can defeat me, do you? Let me give you a piece of advice. The candle that burns twice as bright only burns half as long. And you've already burned oh so bright. Prepare to die.
I haven't yet begun to burn, but when I do, all that will be left of you is ashes.
Such spirit! Now I see why Thena passed the power on to you, instead of the wretched excuse for an elf frittering beside me.
How dare you! The only reason you're here is because of me.
You're as gullible as your father was. Not even worth the effort it would take to kill you. But it seems Kameo isn't tainted by the blood of Salon.
Don't disrespect my father. He loved me.
Quiet! The reign of the elves has come to an end, and the light of technology shall burn like a beacon, consuming all the old ways in its flames!
And there we go. Now, Thorn's not particularly difficult to face. That much I'll say straight away. There are definitely quite a few of your elemental warriors which are, well, how to put this nicely, useless in this fight. There's I don't think, quite a bar the classics, Chiller, Thermite, and probably 40 below. I don't think any of them do enough damage really to warrant using against Thorn. In fact, provided we are being careful, we can use the Eye of Strength. The enemies he sends against you are not particularly too troublesome. Bar the water trolls, they're not really worth our time, or even worth paying attention to. Kind of all fall during Thermite's collateral damage. Some distance. Whoops. Thermite with the Eye of Power does so much damage. And here we go. I've never quite understood the gameplay design element of Thorn picking up this weapon. If anything, it makes him easier to fight. It makes him much slower, much easier to hit. And I don't even know if it does much more damage. Regardless, we'll just keep it up. We should be in for an easy victory. Once more. there we go. There's only one thing left to do. And there we go.
Your family betrayed you, Callus. Chose an orphan over their own blood. Solon, you must leave immediately and tell no one of the journey. Don't worry, my king. I will tell your family where you went, should they need to know.
The Mystic is a traitor. She's been manipulating us both all along.
And there we go. The big reveal.
And you. You murdered my father. But now I will finish what he started.
And a tiny bit of redemption.
Kameo, tell our family. I'm sorry.
And there we go. Battle is won, and victory is ours. It does not explain what happens to the thousands upon thousands of troll airships. I assume they all just disappear off into the distance with their leader defeated. But for a relatively small game that Kameo was, I mean, it took a very long time to develop. It's a classic. It's absolutely fantastic. The ending definitely could have been better. The writing definitely could have been better. It could have definitely used a lot less exposition. But for what it was, it's a great game. Absolutely great game. And we've completed it in its entirety. Well, there are a couple few things which I want to give a little bit of a kind of look at. I want to go speak to our mother and see what she has to say. There was initially planned a sequel for this game. However, once Rare was acquisitioned by Microsoft, that was scrapped in favor of, I do believe, Xbox Fitness, or what's it called? The motion kind of movement device. I can't remember what it's called. But unfortunately, it was scrapped. This game did have a couple of concept arts and there's a video on YouTube somewhere. I'll put a link in the description, which detailed slightly where Kameo would have gone into. It would have taken a bit of a darker tone and explored more of the aftermath of Mystic's betrayal, which was ever so slightly hinted throughout the game. there were definitely a couple points where Mystic's story was questioned by some of the elders, as well as the mention of the Sargothan ruins with Pummelweed and, was it Snare? Both of which mentioned the once defeated Sargothans by the elves, which gives a little bit of motive for Mystic's betrayal. But outside of that, we know very little. She would have been the leader of the Sargothan Empire, and they would have been the main enemies, whilst the trolls would have only continued to develop into technology, becoming much more of a steampunk-esque civilization, and we'd have also gotten more of a detailed look at some of the elemental sprites in the sequel, supposedly, with them being much more darker, much more mature, and Kameo herself being significantly older and mature as a character. But unfortunately, it was never meant to be. Maybe someday, but we shall see. But regardless, this game is fantastic. It will always be up there as one of my favorites. It's definitely up there as one of the best Xbox 360 games, on top of Halo 3 and among many others. Definitely a significant staple of my childhood. But regardless, I hope you've been enjoying. I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. It was a blast to play back through this game, and despite missing that one elemental fruit, which we did go back and find, it went pretty smoothly, I do have to say. It's good to be able to remember so many of them. Now, I'm uncertain as to what we will play through next. I think, given that we are building up to Halo Infinite, I want to try a couple of more video styles. I'm not sure whether or not I will practice some of them before we release, before Halo Infinite releases, where I'll probably be doing some multiplayer moments and compilations and stuff like that, as well as a gameplay and playthrough of the campaign, but we shall have to see. So I think the next game we will play through is either going to be Oddworld's Mysterious Stranger, or Oddworld Stranger's Wrath as it's called, or Jade Empire, which is a RPG game set in a mythical ancient China. Both games are fantastic. They're very well made and absolutely fun games to play through. I've done a playthrough of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath before. I did it during one of my streams, so I think we'll do Jade Empire. I think that game definitely deserves the time, and because we are utilising Capture Card, it also allows us to record it. Unfortunately, the PC port is, well, poor to say the least. So expect to see that hopefully over the next couple of days. I think by the time this video releases, it should be ready. Unfortunately, it seems we have to go through the credits, but that's fine. It's nice to see a couple of the moments. Okay, I think I'll make a cut here, and we'll pick it up once the credits have finished. And there we go. Okay, we're going to head back to the kingdom. We've completed the game in its entirety, and it just picks up from where we're finished. Unfortunately, there is no post-game. I really wish there was. I find it still quite a bit disappointing that you can't go back and find some more things, but it is what it is. There's little more to really say about it. And inside the Mystic's hut, if I remember correctly, there might be something. No, unfortunately nothing new. We will have to go and speak to the elders and see what they have to say.
Have you been to the Chamber of Living?
Nothing new for us there, that is fine. Our mother might have something. I can't imagine the other two do either, unfortunately. So we'll head quickly to the throne room. Oops.
Who gave me double duty?
Excuse me.
And here we go. Here she is.
There's not much of a kingdom left for you, but the tribes are already starting to rebuild. I know you'll make me and your family proud.
Well,
I can't find the Mystic anywhere. It's strange that she should disappear so suddenly.
well, with that unfortunate disappointment, we're going to leave that there. I hope you've been enjoying. I hope you really have enjoyed the playthrough so far. There's not really much more left to say, really. It's been a fantastic game. It's been a fantastic playthrough, and this game really did deserve a continuation. And it is a real pity that its sequel was scrapped. But maybe someday. Xbox in recent years has gone back to quite a few of its old franchises. Fable is coming out, among many others. So maybe hope someday, but we shall have to see. Regardless, I hope you've enjoyed, and I shall catch you next time. Bye now.